Hey, this is Aric Improta.
It's Jason Butler.
This is Steven Harrison.
We're Fever 333, and you're watching More Core TV.
Moin zusammen, Rock am Ring. Ich sitze hier mit den drei Jungs von Fever 333 und wir schnacken ein bisschen über die Show und was sonst so bei den Jungs abgeht. So guys, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good.
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 You just played your set?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was sick. Yeah. Everybody was tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. We had a good time. We like we always say, we just kind of go out and do our thing, and then when people are feeling it, it's like a triple bonus. So it seemed like they were feeling it. They were singing from the jump, and that's crazy to me. So it was sick.
You went pretty crazy on stage.
That's what they
like,
said.
Like always.
That's what they told us. Yeah, we just kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
Yesterday felt like that. Like, I know we play more often than not at this point. Like, we spend more days a year playing shows than not. So yesterday, I was just thinking about us, like, coming back for the first time. And everybody's like, oh, you guys played a crazy show. And I don't even think I saw any of it the whole time. So it's amazing to hear that. Because I'm glad that even when we're like pushing ourselves to stay awake, it feels that way. Yeah. But the crowd was a huge factor today, especially this more like the time of day that we got to play. We definitely don't come out expecting anybody to be completely into it. And yeah, like Jason said, from song one, everybody was completely into it. So it was fun.
Yeah. I'm always wondering, when you guys go on stage, do you like look at some spots before the set? Just to think about maybe we can do this or this or this? Or is it like it just happens on stage?
I feel like we get told what not to do.
Yeah.
First.
Okay.
Like at
Really?
this point, I think people just approach, especially Jason and Steve, they'll just approach them and say, don't do this, this, and this. And then what you guys, the rest of the set, just trying to figure out what they didn't.
Yes, yeah. If you can't do like X, Y, Z, then we're like, all right, well, what's A, B, and C? You know, like what are the alternatives, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just did a track with Poppy.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us something about that. How did that come?
Well, she was born from the internet. So,
Yeah, that's
what I'm
first
saying.
and foremost.
First and foremost, let's get that, straight. We just have a friend that who was he wasn't born of the internet, but he was adopted by it, so he met her, and I think actually he hit up Steve first.
Yeah, I told our friend who produced it that I was a fan of Poppy for years, because I have been since probably end of 2014, and we were like sharing music back and forth with each other while we were like doing stuff for Made in America.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, have you heard of Poppy? And I was like, dude, I love Poppy. He's like, dude, I know her. And I was like, what? How? Who knows Poppy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, how do you just know Poppy? So he's like, well, I'll introduce you to her one day. And then fast forward some years later, he's like, dude, come by the studio. Poppy's there. I was like, what? And
In the flesh.
in person, and we I met her and her band, and just wrote some shit, and there it is.
So
Yeah.
what was your part in the whole? Is it just vocals, or is it
Yeah.
the whole band involved in the track?
We were just happened to be in the fucking studio. Yeah. To be honest, like we just happened to be in the studio that they were doing this song at, and then obviously Steve knew of Poppy. I think Poppy had known of us because of Zach.
Yeah.
So then he asked me. I was actually doing something for the intro of our full-length album, and he was like, hey, will you sing on this song? And I was like, for sure, let me hear it. And I was like, well, this is wild. Hell yeah, I'll sing on this. So I did. And I mean, honestly, like the take you hear is literally like it. Like I just sang, and then that was it.
All right.
So yeah, it was sick though, and I just think it's fucking cool, man. It's like I just love bending people's idea of like what rock or metal or whatever. I love like really sort of bending the idea of a genre, and I think that she's doing that. So that's interesting.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay. I was going back to the beginning of your band.
Yeah.
While researching, and I was like, okay, so the pop-up show you did when the band was born for us. It's not even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you've been nominated for Grammy.
Yeah.
You've released an EP and a full-length record. How do you feel about the short amount of time and what already happened to you as a band?
Well, it all feels so concentrated that it actually feels like forever.
Okay.
To me, it's all. I mean, it's all happened so. It's in such a concentrated amount of time that the idea of a timeline isn't even something I think about anymore. It's just I feel like because we've been on the road, we've flown in and out, we've driven, we've attended these things, we've done so much to make sure that we honor the project that we haven't even thought about time, to be honest. Also, keeping it really real. We've been doing music in other bands for over half our lives now. Longer than we haven't been. So it's like, this project specifically, yes, it's been quick, but it's been a long, hard, unforgiving road for us. So we're just happy to be here. I think that's I don't know. You think that's right?
Yeah. Is it correct that you were like the first, or you were the head of the project in the beginning?
Yeah, I was selling cookies. Because my wife was pregnant and my old man wasn't doing shit. So I was selling cookies in an affluent area of Los Angeles, and Travis Barker's daughter, one of his daughters, she was a Let Live fan, or she knew Let Live, and then she showed Travis Let Live, and then that same day, Travis got in his car and then came back to the store, the grocery store that I was selling cookies at, and he just came and we chopped it up and we talked about music a little bit, and then we have a mutual friend. I've been friends with John Feldman for over a decade. I've known him forever. He's been so good to me. He's really helped me through my life hugely. So we had John as a mutual friend, and then Travis was like, we should link up and do music. And in my head, it's like, all right, Travis Barker, me, cookie guy. I don't really know how this is going to play out, or if it's actually going to happen. And then a week later, I got a call from John, and John was like, yo, we're going to link up with Trav at the house. And then we sat down at John's house, the three of us, and discussed kind of just what we wanted out of music, and if it was the same idea, and what we wanted to see, what we wanted to hear, and what we wanted to feel. And it was the same thing from all of us. And that's where the idea of Fever 333 came about. And then very shortly after, I called Aric and Steve, and then we put together this collective where the five of us created this project. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just you three guys. Why no any more like another guitarist or whatever?
Because we do everything in threes, really.
Yeah, you do. But
yeah,
is that okay? We need this number, and so that's.
Yeah, kind of, but also I don't know, man. These two are my favorite performers.
We got together to play for the first time, and it was so apparent that was it.
Yeah.
It's we've been in enough bands to know that you don't we know what works and what doesn't work. When you feel something is perfect, just chill.
Yeah.
And it's just we got together, and it was just it was so clear. Sure, we could have added another element, but it just would have. It's why risk throwing off what was so perfect when we got together for the first time?
Totally.
We all know each other. We've all played with each other's bands in the past. We're all fans of each other. To add another variable that's just maybe
risky.
a question mark.
Yes.
Let's not do it. This is already in line with how we're thinking. Let's just do this.
If you go to Vegas and you win fucking $5 million in 3 rolls, you better walk away. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what happened here. We had about 3 rolls of the dice and got and if you hit it every three your hit rate is 100%. You better walk away with that $5 million. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just walk.
And then invest that.
You don't go. Okay, so how about what's it called? The Jurassic Park slots over here.
The slots.
Right. You're
Put
like,
all
no,
5 million in that shit because it looks tight, kind
Right.
of.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
In theory, it's a great idea.
But I've never sat in that one.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know shit about it.
Right. You just chill. You walk. You
So,
got the 3.
People call you guys a super group.
Oh, that's crazy.
How do you feel about that? I mean, there's if you call people, and I mean there are a lot of super groups because people got together playing in bands before. There's always a connection to the older bands, the Chariot, Night Versus.
I just never thought about that.
Here's the thing about super groups. One,
They're usually doo-doo.
yeah, they're usually not that good. So I don't know if I want to be a super group. And 2, they get to skip a lot of steps. And I don't think we got to skip any.
Hell no!
Sure didn't.
What?
Like, look, I know that when you talk about the process of this, you want to throw in Travis and John, and that is a huge factor, and we're lucky that they helped us in recording. But as far as like the work that got put in, much like Jason was saying, we've all toured over a decade in like the smallest clubs they've ever built anywhere. And then on top of that, like I was saying before, we've played more shows than not in the days that we've been together, like in small clubs, in big clubs, in donut shop parking lots. So
To a lot of people, to no one.
To nobody.
And it hasn't stopped. We still play very small shows.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
thing, but
yeah.
that's also not like the point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll keep.
no, totally. It just doesn't like when I think of a super group, I think of a group that just like gets thrown like second to last on the bill with a bunch of
Right,
songs.
yeah.
Like we're still trying to do this as if it's our first band ever.
Right.
And
Right.
the minute that we get home, no matter how tired we are, we still end up going into the studio and writing and
Right.
doing everything as much as possible and still collaborating as much as possible. I feel like super groups also just get a guy that throws stuff together and then people put their name on it.
Yeah. And this is not all super groups. Obviously, there's some fire ass groups, but like,
Damn things.
yeah, right. Like, damn things are sick as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is real, and should be like actually should be playing like second to last or headlining things because they're amazing. But
And that band's also earned it. Right.
fuck yeah, are you kidding me? It's just good. But like for us, I don't really know about that, to be honest. Like I don't think Let Live was like, I don't think Let Live was like the, you know what I mean? Like
It's
that's actually something I wanted to know. How do you feel about the connection of your older project?
Oh,
Is
I
this
love
like
it.
something.
Oh no, I love it.
That part's cool.
Oh no, I mean, I've got so much love from my old band.
Okay.
Like and everything that came from it, hell yeah, and everyone that came from it, hell yeah. I'm just saying that like, if you're gonna put us up against like you put like the idea of Let Live versus Anthrax, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same thing. It's just
There's
not,
levels to this.
There's just levels to it, and like you know what I'm saying, like. For me and for the people investing in Let Live, we did feel like we were the most powerful thing, and that's fire. Like that's amazing that you could do that. But as far as super groups are concerned, you know what I'm saying? Like we weren't that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to pull over 3,000 people.
Right.
You know,
Off your name.
off your name alone. You know what I'm saying? We weren't that. So.
Going on stage, how do you feel like? What's more worth for you, the performance or like the technical aspect of playing music? You know, sounding
Right.
perfectly, or like making people feel entertained.
This is the first thing we talked about when we started playing together. Was we were like, we cannot compromise the sound quality, the sonic delivery of this music. We can't do that. So
We've done that before.
yes, two of us have done that before, guaranteed. Mr. Perfect over here, that's another story. But us two, we were like, fuck it, like we all fucking jump off this thing. What guitar? What
Right.
my vocals? Here. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So like we done that shit. Like I've thrown my mic into a lake. Like I've done that. Like it's whatever. But so for this project, we wanted to make sure that the messaging came across the way it's supposed to via the music, and then the performance aspect of it sort of enhanced that. So that's really, we practiced way more than I'd ever practiced in my life.
Okay.
For our first demonstrations, and we really, really focused on where to apply these techniques, and I think that we find them. I find them to be equal. I think they need to be both as important on stage.
Yeah, I feel like we're constantly figuring out a balance because at the same time, we never want one show to feel exactly the same as the last show. And it definitely doesn't. I can say that from being on stage. Like today, there's things that you have to watch out for every day, like something falling on the drums or a guitar just like flying off of the strap at times. But all that being said, we're trying our best the whole time to still keep the songs together and balance it out with that energy and that unpredictable aspect. So it's been fun because you just prepare as much as possible and then you never know what that day is going to hold for you.
Yeah. Okay. What can we expect next?
Just more music, more collaborations.
Really?
Yeah. Really trying to bend this shit. You know what I'm saying? People. I just do not subscribe to any idea of a designated genre, or you have to be this one or two or even three things. Like, we really want to show people that music and art is right now, this generation particularly, our generation, the generation coming right after us, we have an opportunity to really change art and really make it more expansive in a way that's really beautiful and really beneficial for people to be able to feel accepted in these different realms of art. So we're going to keep doing that. Obviously, we'll keep touring. But yeah, man, just more music, more touring. And again, the messaging, always creating more space for people to be involved, to make the changes they want to see. Walking My Shoes Foundation will just keep getting stronger, and that runs concurrently with this project. So, I mean, I think that's really what you can expect.
We got some bangers coming. I'm just trying to let you know, bro.
Something you really want
I'm
to
just trying to let
us.
you know, man. If you like the EP, you like the album, what's about to come is a problem, bro. We sitting on a few right now.
Like this year?
I don't know about this. I don't know. Whenever it comes, though, it's about to be like, wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, tell him, Lotario.
Hey, no, speak to him. Speak to him real quick.
And stop bullying.
Look, hey, stop bullying people, man. For real, that shit lame.
Music bullies, that shit lame.
Hey,
man.
stop bullying, man.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
feel me?
You know
That shit dumb, bro.
Stop talking, bro.
Hey, speak to him, bro. Nah, but for real, man, that shit lame. But we got some heat coming. we got some heat coming. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we're just gonna keep doing our thing, man, and just keep playing these shows and hope people feel us and feel what we're talking about. What's so funny, man? Man, I'm talking about some real shit now, man. You playing? But anyways,
maybe a headline tour? Or?
Yes, absolutely. We want to. I mean, after the last 48 hours, we're like, oh wait, we need to come back here. So we're already talking to our agent. Hopefully, we can get back before the end of the year. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, that would be cool. Hell yeah.
Okay, so thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, bro.
I wish you all the best for your year, for the next whatever it comes.
Hell yeah. Hey,
whenever it comes.
Hey, he's iced out. Look at.
Oh, you got the
icy,
throw your rollie up.
Yeah, boy.
Throw a rollie
Show them
up.
right there. Look, iced out, baby.
Throw a rollie up.
Hell yeah.
Hey, shouts out to Morecore for real, man. Y'all, this is the second time we've been with y'all, and y'all always bring the love, man. So shouts out to you guys.
Yeah, for real. Thank you.
Thanks a
Hell
lot.
yeah.
Das war ein Fever. Vielen Dank.